Listen to that sound. That's not snoring, that's suffocation. Every breath this dog takes is a fight. And here's the part that will haunt you. We did this on purpose. Over 2,000 years, we compressed their skull by 50%. We crushed their face so hard that their eyeballs literally fall out of their sockets. This breed doesn't have health problems. This breed is a health problem. And it started as an accident that we turned into a fetish. By the end of this video, you'll never look at a flat face the same way. Because what we call cute, science calls torture. Today, we're dissecting the most controversial breed transformation in history. You'll discover why pugs snort when they're not even moving, why their eyes bulge like that, and why every veterinary organization in the world is begging us to stop breeding them. This is the story of how humans engineered affection and accidentally created a living nightmare. Real quick, if you think you know dog breeds, you don't. Not until you see what we've done to them. Subscribe because we're exposing a new breed disaster every week. Hit like if this makes you angry. It should. And comment, do you think we should stop breeding pugs? I want to know where you stand. Alright, let's go back 2,000 years and watch how we broke a dog's face in slow motion. Let's start with the obvious. That's sound. Pugs snort, wheeze, snore, gasp, and choke. When they sleep, when they walk, when they sit, when they exist. A healthy dog breathes silently. You shouldn't hear them unless they're panting. But 100% of pugs have a condition called brachiocephalic obstructive airway syndrome, BOAS. Say that 5 times fast. Actually, don't. Pugs can't. Here's what's happening inside that face. Problem 1. The soft palate, that's the soft tissue at the back of the throat, is too long. It hangs down and blocks the airway. Imagine trying to breathe through a pillow. Problem 2. The nostrils are stenotic. That means they're pinched nearly shut. Hold your nose and breathe through a coffee stirrer. That's a pug's entire life. Problem 3. The trachea, the windpipe, is often undersized. They're trying to push air through a garden hose that's been kinked. And problem 4. The tongue is normal-sized, but the mouth? Crushed, so the tongue has nowhere to go. It blocks the throat from the inside. Put it all together, and you get a dog that can't thermoregulate. Dogs cool down by panting, but pugs can't pant efficiently because they can't move enough air, so they overheat in 70-degree weather just from walking. Every year, pugs die from heat stroke in temperatures that wouldn't bother a golden retriever, not because they're weak, because we built them to fail. So, how did this happen? Let's rewind 2,400 years. China, 400 BC, the Han Dynasty. The original pug, called Losei, wasn't flat-faced. Look at this art from 400 BC. See that snout? Short, yes, but functional. These dogs could breathe. They were companion dogs for Chinese royalty, bred to be small, loyal, and portable. And here's the key detail. They had wrinkles on their forehead. Chinese breeders noticed that some dogs had wrinkle patterns that looked like Chinese characters, specifically the character for Prince, Wang. This was considered a divine sign, so they started breeding specifically for more wrinkles, deeper wrinkles, more compressed faces to create more skin folds. At first, it was subtle, a slightly shorter snout here, a few extra wrinkles there, but here's how selective breeding works. Every generation, you pick the most extreme examples, and extreme becomes the new normal. Fast forward to the 1500s, Dutch traders bring these dogs to Europe, and Europeans lose their minds. Flat faces weren't common in European dogs, so pugs became exotic status symbols. Queen Victoria had them, Marie Antoinette had them, Napoleon's wife Josephine had one that allegedly bit Napoleon on their wedding night. Even the dog knew something was wrong. Then came the Victorian era, 1800s, and this is where it gets dark.
The Victorians were obsessed with dog shows and breed standards. They wanted to perfect every breed. Look at this progression. 1880s pug, short snout but still has a nose. 1920s pug, flatter, eyes bigger. 2024 pug, the face has been compressed so hard that the skull is unrecognizable. In 150 years, we turned short snout into no snout. We didn't breed for health, we bred for aesthetic, and the dogs paid the price. But here's the twisted part. Why do we find pugs cute? Because we hacked our own biology. There's a concept in biology called neoteny, the retention of juvenile features into adulthood. And there's something called the baby schema, specific facial proportions that trigger our nurturing instinct. Large eyes relative to face? Check. Round face? Check. High forehead? Check. Small nose? Check. Pugs hit every single trigger point. When you see a pug, your brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, the same chemical that makes you love babies. It's not your fault you find them cute. You're biologically programmed to. A wolf's face is designed for survival. Long snout for scent detection, strong jaws for hunting, efficient breathing for endurance. But we didn't want a survivor, we wanted a baby forever. So we bred dogs that look infantile, helpless, dependent. And the flatter the face, the more it triggered our parental instincts. We created an evolutionary trap. The cuter they look, the less functional they become. But here's where it gets cruel. That cute snorting, that's respiratory distress. Those big, adorable eyes, that's shallow eye sockets causing chronic irritation and risk of prolapse. That wrinkled, lovable face, that's skin folds that trap bacteria and cause constant infections. We mistake their suffering for personality. Oh, he's such a heavy breather. No, he's suffocating. He snores so loud, it's hilarious. No, he can't sleep without waking up gasping. We've normalized their torture because it sounds cute.
Let's talk numbers, because this isn't anecdotal, this is epidemic. 100% of pugs have BOAS, brachycephalic obstructive airway syndrome. Not some, not most, all. 72% of pugs will require surgery to breathe better at some point in their lives. That's 7 out of 10 dogs needing their airways manually expanded just to survive. 89% have stenotic nares, pinched nostrils. 76% have elongated soft palates. 64% will develop eye problems, ulcers, dry eye, or prolapse. 40% will have skin fold infections requiring lifelong treatment. 67% suffer from spinal issues due to the corkscrew tail gene affecting vertebrae. Average lifespan? 12 to 15 years. But the quality of those years? Constant medical intervention. And it's not just health, it's money. Soft palate surgery, $1,000 to $3,000. Nostril widening surgery, $500 to $1,500. Eye prolapse emergency surgery, $1,000 to $3,000. Spinal surgery, $3,000 to $7,000. The lifetime medical cost for a pug can easily exceed $15,000 to $25,000, not because they're unlucky, because they're pugs. And here's the insane part. The pugs winning dog shows, the ones being bred as breed standard, they're the most extreme. The flattest faces, the buggiest eyes, the loudest breathing. We're literally rewarding the most dysfunctional dogs and using them to make more dysfunctional puppies. It's genetic pollution with a ribbon on it. So what do we do? Because this is where it gets complicated. In Germany, there's a movement called retro moms, retro pugs. Breeders are intentionally crossing pugs with breeds that have longer snouts. Jack Russells, Beagles. The goal? breed the nose back. Look at this dog. Still recognizably puggish, still has wrinkles, still compact, but watch, running without gasping, breathing silently, playing without collapsing. This is what we took from them. Some kennel clubs are starting to change breed standards. The Netherlands banned breeding extremely flat-faced dogs. Norway ruled that breeding pugs as they currently exist is animal cruelty. But the UK Kennel Club, the American Kennel Club, still rewarding the flattest faces, still prioritizing appearance over welfare.
If you have a pug or you're thinking about getting one, here's the reality check. Keep them cool. Air conditioning isn't a luxury, it's life support. Above 75 degrees Fahrenheit, watch them closely. Above 85 degrees Fahrenheit, they're in danger. An overweight pug isn't just chubby. Extra weight compresses the already collapsed airway even more. Keep them lean. Short walks in cool weather. Swimming is ideal. Low impact, cooling. Never run them. They can't. Blue tongue, excessive panting, collapse, fainting, these are emergencies, not just pug things. Should you adopt a pug that already exists and needs a home? Yes, absolutely. They deserve love and proper care. Should you buy a pug from a breeder who's creating more dogs with these problems? That's where your conscience has to decide. Here's what nobody wants to say out loud. We love pugs. Genuinely. They're affectionate, goofy, loyal, amazing personalities. But loving them doesn't mean we should keep creating them. You can love someone and still recognize that bringing more of them into the world is cruel. Every time you hear that snort and think, "Aw, cute," remember, that's not a quirk. That's a medical emergency happening in slow motion for their entire lives. 2,000 years ago, we started selecting for flat faces. 200 years ago, we accelerated it. 20 years ago, we hit the point of no return. Today, we have a choice. We can keep breeding dogs that look like babies and breathe like they're drowning. Or we can admit we made a mistake and fix it. Even if it means pugs look less cute. Even if it means they don't win dog shows. Even if it means redefining the breed. If you have a pug, you already know this. You hear them struggle every single day. You see them overheat on short walks. You watch them gasp after playing for 5 minutes. And you love them anyway, because they're family. But love isn't enough anymore. Love without action is complicity. We created this problem. 2,000 years of slowly crushing a dog's face because we liked how it looked. We prioritized our aesthetic preferences over their ability to breathe. The good news? We can undo it. Not quickly, not easily, but we can. If we're willing to let go of the flat face obsession and breed for life, not looks. They trusted us to take care of them. We gave them a life where breathing is a fight. The least we can do is admit what we've done and stop doing it. If you own a pug, I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, knowing all this, would you breed them if you could? And what do you think the breed should look like in 50 years? Next week, why German Shepherds' backs are destroying their hips and how dog shows are creating an epidemic of paralysis. You're not ready. Thanks for watching Evolution File. I'm Lissandro. Remember, loving a breed and protecting a breed aren't always the same thing. Bye-bye.